Welcome to Synth University.
Hello, and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be making one of the iconic sounds found in the song Tom Sawyer by Rush. And we're going to be making it in one of my favorite software synths called Hive 2 by Yuhi. If you're not sure what this synth is, you can check out my video linked above, which talks about some of my favorite things about this software synth. In short, I really like this synth because it's designed to be low latency, it has onboard effects, and it's really easy to use. I'm also excited to tell you that you can download this sound that we're going to make today as part of my Hive 2 synth pack, which is linked in the description below. If you don't have Hive 2, that's totally okay. You can still probably follow this tutorial to make the sound. The important thing is that you need to be using a synth that has an auxiliary envelope. An example is something like a Prophet 2. We'll talk about this more later. So to get started, I'm going to do a very quick demo on how to play this sound. It's really very simple. You're just going to play and hold a low E. And that's it. Obviously you can play around with other notes, but that's what they play in the recording. So I've got Hive opened up, and I'm just going to recall the default, which gives us our basic saw wave. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to set the amount of voices to 16, and we're going to leave the synth engine at normal. Then we're going to set oscillator 1 to a pulse wave with 8 voices, and we're going to detune them slightly. When I adjust these knobs, you can look in the middle screen here and it'll show the amount that I'm turning them to. Then we're going to turn on sub 1, and we're going to set like oscillator. And the volume is going to go down a little bit. To actually turn on the oscillators, we're going to route it to the filter by clicking over here. So right now we have this sound. Already kind of getting that thick synth sound. This sound was likely made with an Oberheim synth. Next we're going to turn down the cutoff quite a bit to about 65. And we're going to turn the resonance almost all the way up. And we're going to change the slope of the filter to 12. Lastly, we'll turn up the mod envelope. So now we have this sound. The resonance is what gives us that really recognizable part of this sound. In the amp envelope, we're going to leave the attack where it is, turn the delay down slightly, leave the sustain all the way up, and turn up the release. In the filter modulation envelope, we're going to turn up the attack. We're going to turn up the decay, turn down the sustain, and leave the release where it's at. So now we have this. Getting closer. The next thing we need to do is start to add some kind of modulation to the sound. So we'll click on Matrix A, and at the same time, we're going to drag the LFO1 knob here to our oscillator 1, so we can change the pulse width. We're going to change the LFO to a sine wave, and we're going to make the rate slower. Then down here, we'll adjust the amount of the modulation, and we're not going to be doing too much. We're just going to turn this up to 6. This is just going to give the sound some more movement and thickness. Next is the part where we use the additional envelope, which can be found over here on the right side of the synth. We're going to go to the next slot in the matrix, and we're going to select mod 2, and we're going to drag mod 2 over to the mod envelope. This is going to set when the mod envelope engages and how long it takes. So we're going to turn all of these down to 0, except for the decay, which will just go down slightly. And then in the amount, we're going to turn it up quite a bit to 44. That gives us this sound. We're very close. The last step is to add some delay. The delay is what gives it the more trippy sound and the kind of moving texture as the filter is going down. And fortunately in Hive, delay is inside of the synth. So we'll turn it on, and we're going to set the type of delay to stereo. The left side is going to be 1/8 note tied. The right side will be 1/8. Next, we'll leave the low pass filter all the way up, and we'll turn the high pass up a little bit as well. Almost half. The width will come up slightly. The feedback will go up quite a bit, past halfway. We'll turn the diffusion up all the way, and the mix will come up to almost half. You can adjust these settings to what you like, but obviously I tried to match them to what I heard on the recording. And that gives us the final sound of this. As you can hear, the delay really accentuates the filter and the resonance as it's going down. If I turn the mix all the way up in the delay, you can hear a more extreme example of how the delay is affecting the sound. And that's pretty much the final sound. If you've enjoyed watching this video, please don't forget to hit like and subscribe. You can find more synth tutorial videos on Hive 2 in my channel. And once again, please be sure to check out my new synth pack in the description below. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching Synth University.